Hey there folks, and welcome back to the Taulantia Campaign. Last time we fought against the Greek city-states in a quick and efficient war to take Korakuen, and then we fought against Latobikia and unfortunately not Illyria after a last-minute alliance dissolution by Latobikia for seeing that I was coming and wanting to cause me much rage, which they did. And we managed to fully annex them because they had a rebellion. I guess we didn't fully annex them, they still exist up here in the mountains, but we basically fully annex them in the Illyrian part that we care about. And something I want to do, there's two things I want to do before I unpause. First things first, I'm actually going to dissolve my alliance with Erawiskia. Not that I am nervous about them fighting some new person, although they did drag me into the war against the rebels briefly, but I don't need them for the war against Illyria, and I actually don't really want to be their ally after this war, because when I click the Form Illyria button, they're not going to be the best positioned person in the universe to be my ally. Once we click that button, we may be in a position to ally some larger people in the world than just Erawiskia, so let's go ahead and dissolve them. They probably helped out a little bit in distracting, what are they called? Latobikia, they're right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and dissolve this alliance. All right, that's fine. We are now free to ally again. We're going to hold off on that. And I think the other thing we're going to do is take a look now at the succession situation. Now, I've been mentioning my nervousness about this, and I think I am going to anoint Siros as my successor, entirely because Taulis hasn't been getting any kids ready here. Now, I understand pregnancy is kind of rare, especially in the ancient age without modern medicine. I'm not blaming him or his wife in any sense here. This stuff happens, but I'm also not disinheriting him as a son. I'm just saying that you're not going to be the successor to the crown. And my guy, Glaucius, is getting pretty old, right? He'll hopefully live to see me click the button. Click the Form Illyria button. But 74 is quite old, so at any moment he could possibly die and trap me into a childless, Taulis situation. So because I'm just scared about the monarchy system screwing me over in some regard, I need to go ahead and get Siros in charge. Your Siros is perfectly fine. He is, I think, comparable to Taulis stat-wise. I think he's probably actually a little better than Taulis in terms of stats that matter for being a governor, and the governorship of Illyria is what we're looking at here. His only trait is self-controlled, which is okay for my purposes. Let's just stop talking about it. Let's just go for it. We're going to anoint Siros. That's going to cost some political influence. It'll really screw up our legitimacy, which is fair enough. And it will offend Taulis, and I guess also technically it'll offend my bastard child, Berzo, and also Pleritos, but that is fine. If Pleritos wasn't blind, I would go for him, but unfortunately he is blind, so I can't... Actually, hold on. Berzo is his child, not my child. What was my bastard kid's name? Hold on, my illegitimate kid's name. Blodos, that's right. He's not in line. I guess that kind of makes sense, now that I think about it. And just to make sure, I am on the right law, right? Agnatic, cognatic. Yeah, this should be fine. It will affect the perceived legitimacy, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and anoint Siros. Yep. So make him the next ruler. Okay. Heir apparent. A Taulantian coronation ceremony is meant to be one of the grandest and most memorable events of a lifetime, but not all coronations are equal. While everyone is going through the motions expected of them, there are whispers among the onlookers. The fact that Glaucius will remain at the reins of the country while Siros sharing the title is causing ridicule in the streets, but also inspiring far less savory emotions in the royal palace. They will accept it in time. So actually 10 loyalty, that's not that bad. I guess I was kind of projecting Crusader Kings levels of being delegitimized as the heir. In those games, people get furious, but in this game, I guess they're kind of chill with it, honestly. So Siros is now the heir apparent, or in fact the heir in particular, and this is basically locked in place from modifiers, so not going to be an issue there. It doesn't just make him just barely ahead, so we have to get our legitimacy back up, but while it's like this, it's not going to cause too much problem. It just gives us a less good national freedom and happiness bonus, but I'm fine with that. So that should get this now cleared up. Yeah, we could do hold games also, or patronize the art since we have enough of this, but this will be really good later on when we have a lot more Taulantian integrated culture pops. Hold games could be good, maybe once we have the succession, but this should now keep things in line. I was just nervous about some weird problem coming up. And doing that weirdly gave us some new people to trade with. So not with you. Not with you. I'll trade with Argos. Sure, I'll trade you Salt. Sounds good. Alright. In we come. Oh, we got more? Okay. Epidorum, not with you. Apollonia, not with you. I'll trade with you. Trade your horses. Good stuff. Now I'm going to lower my... what's it called? I'm not going to even lower my upkeep, because I don't really have enough time to get it back up. May as well just keep it as it is. Oh my gosh. So much stuff to trade. Belgae want wood for me? Alright, Belgae. Oh my, really? Still? How many resources were over here? Oh my gosh, Carthage wants wood. I'll trade with Carthage. And Egypt wanted something too. Yeah, we can. I think the thing is we can now reach a few more people maybe, but not sure why we can now reach people with just this extra territory. I will try and use my free diplomacy slot pretty carefully here. What's going on here? Rome's being occupied by the Gauls? What's going on here? Oh my gosh, Rome. That's embarrassing. They didn't annex Syracuse, so I was expecting that. But this is quite interesting. Are they in trouble right now? Are you in trouble, Rome? Maybe I'm seeing some opportunity here. Because I have a navy. I could come over while they're occupied up here. Literally occupied up there. I meant that not in that sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. I could come in with my navy, and they've got some pretty nice unfortified cities around in southern Italy, in Magna Graecia. And I do speak Greek, so I think that kind of counts for this being land that I could maybe take a look at. And honestly, not even just to occupy, not even just to occupy, but to like annex potentially. I mean, Magna Graecia, you know, there's some interesting things, and maybe not even to annex, but just to get some sacks. I could really make a lot of money from them. But the issue is, once Rome isn't being bothered by the Gauls and they turn their anger to me, I don't stand a chance. There's no way. Plus, they have a 27 size navy now. I guess I could build another navy now that I think about it. I could do that, couldn't I? That might help me out there. If I had 40 Liburnians, I'd feel a little better. Or if I just had even some heavier ships. But 40 Liburnians is a good start. I think since Liburnia is... It's not quite ready to build the dock. Because I need 33 loyalty to be able to build buildings. Because then it's not considered a disloyal province. But I could still start building early. I think let's go for it. I have a lot of money right now. I think this is a good time to build a second fleet. And having a second fleet would make me a bit more confident with some sort of crazy idea like that. Let's get one going here. So build a Liburnian in Epidaurus, then we'll build to that Liburnian once it is done. So, and also later this month we have to do our Omen, we have to do our War Council, all that good stuff. We'll hopefully be Illyria by then. This war should not take a super long time, especially if these guys don't ally Cotinia, which I really hope they don't, because that would be annoying if they did. They probably shouldn't like each other. They're not even... These guys are a different religion. Yeah, they're probably not going to ally each other. Different religions. They're not going to be super chill, which is pretty good for me, to be sure. Oh my gosh. Okay, Rome's actually fighting Etruria. What is going on up here? It's just a big mess. Looks like Epirus is trying to get Bilus, so that's fair enough. If Macedon gets full annexed by Epirus, I'm going to laugh. That'd be hilarious. These two guys can fight all they want. I will not get in their way. Totally good with me. A couple more months. Hello, Big Pontus. Good to see you. I guess I could be doing Anabasis over in Liburnia, but my forces aren't in position right now. I don't really want to pay that extra political influence anyways, so that is fine. Casus Belli is ready, and also let's get our second fleet going. No, hold on. Split off the Scobia, I guess. Alright. What's our second fleet going to be named for? We don't have any other ports ready yet. I guess I'll name this one the Epidomnos for now. I may change that later, but for now, the second one will supposed to be living at Epidomnos. Classless 2 Epidomnos. I'm not going to give them a commander because I don't need any ships for this war. So, but what I will do is build this fleet. Build a fleet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so that should be enough. Leave that alone. Alright, let's get this over with and form Illyria. 1v1, here we go. The Illyrian local power of Illyria defends in this war. In we go. We're just going to run on in to Syro-Atian. I might even do an assault, especially if I get a breach. I'm not going to give them any time to react. Obviously, Sploudon is a great defensive spot, but the fort in Waldassos is not ready yet, so got to be a little careful about that. I kind of want to get this over with before the 1st of October anyways, and a regular siege may... Oh, hello. That'll help too. Let's engage them there. Totally fine. In we come. In a few days. Even before the extra guys arrive, we'll be in the clear. Good stuff. That was a pretty... Okay, that's a respectable ratio, all things considered, given that we were attacking over a river into the hills, and it's fortified too. So they're going to run away. That's fine. It's only 300. You know what? I'm going to assault. I'm just going to assault. Because I'm going to lower my levy after I get the assault done. And with the levy lowered, the assault shouldn't actually cost manpower from the pool. Or it shouldn't cost that much. So we're just going to go for a very greedy assault right now. Yeah, we'll plow through them really quick. Absolutely worth it. Yep. Now that this is under control, we should get all of this, right? Veterans move on. Prime farmland granted to veterans of battle is a simple recognition of their service to Taulantia. Sometime, however, the lure of battle and glory can prove too much for those unaccustomed to the life of menial labor. A recent bad winter caused those working the fields to up and leave, hoping to find better work in our armies, leaving a vast tract of arable land unclaimed. We have reappropriated it to better serve our flourishing state. That's pretty good. Epidomnos gets some bonuses, and the loyalty thing doesn't matter because it's still currently the provincial capital. Once it's not, it's currently the capital province, and once it's not, it's still going to be fine. 122 manpower, that's quite a lot. That's something like 10 months of manpower, so I will take that. Are we going to get this? This is the capital, right? Where's my, hold on. Oh, I hadn't unpaused? Wait. Why am I not getting it? What's the issue? There we go. Okay, just had to do that. Okay, stay there. It just had to weirdly like take a moment to get it together, but that is fine. We are almost there, everybody. We're almost at the magic moment. Barbarians down here. Oh, geez. Okay, we're gonna have to go deal with that at Slounon in a moment. Okay, Slounon is being paid for. That's good. All right, let's get this over with here. Super piece. This is mine. Goodbye. Oh yeah, 4 aggressive expansion, that's totally okay. Illyria to Taulantia. Let me fix my chair before I click this button. There we go. Okay. The Illyrian elite. They're going to be banished if they're of class and put to the sword otherwise. Terms, Illyria to Taulantia. Very good. Now let's head down and... oh, actually, hold on. I did want to not use my levy like this. Let's go ahead. Let's just leave it alone, actually. I think we should be okay. They're going to take a long time to siege down Splounon. I can re-raise these guys shortly and be able to not take the manpower hit. And a couple things are now on the screen, you may notice. First of all, Starving Pops over here. That's fine. Let me actually look at this location super quick. This fort being here, this is hills, so... The province of Illyria is partially owned by Cotinia. This may be one of our first targets once we get our claims in a moment. In terms of locations in this province, Something that lines up with Waldassus is probably called for. I think Castra looks pretty promising. It helps protect... Well, I mean, its location doesn't ultimately matter. It is plains, which is, I think, better than hills. Castra or Incaro are both pretty good. Honestly, actually, Municipium Iasaurium is also pretty good, because this is also 2 away from... Well, I guess it's 1 away here. So I'm trying to find stuff that gives me a lot of fort coverage. Let's see here. Actually, Castra is good because it is on the border, so it's like a... sort of like this entryway into Illyria that I could control here. That would extend fort coverage. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just doing some quick... I'm imagining my fort line of control. This is something I did a lot in the previous campaign, so bear with me for a moment. Rabate would be blocked, which means if I had another fort at Drawia, that would line up perfectly. Line up perfectly here. And then, hold on. Okay. Perfectly here. Then I could get a fort at... Okay, that's perfect. Get a fort there, and then that lines up perfectly. Okay. That's a look. Castra is going to be our capital. We're going to move it over now, I think. Yep. Move it over to Castra. Destroy this building. Rebuild it at Castra. This will also be a city location. No farms in this whole province at all, so the plains will have to do for our city location. This is Illyria. We don't have our pick of the good terrain everywhere that we're going to go. Meanwhile, the rest of this, I think we had a farming settlement there already. Anything else I can destroy? Slave estate, not going to need that. Not going to need that. Nope. And that's that. So that takes care of that. Let's let one day go by. Get that cleared up. Okay. And when can we re-raise these guys? September 8th. All right. And aside from that, these guys are supporting Taulas. That shouldn't matter because my succession should be secure even with that. Yeah. Siros is overwhelmingly supported by everybody just because he has so much sort of, what's it called? Succession support modifier. And finally, no getting around it now, there is an available decision for us to pick. And yes, indeed, it is Form Illyria. So let's read this one again, because it's been a moment since we looked at this decision. It's been, in fact, a couple episodes from the first episode. So, the long coastline of Illyria has been tussled over by numerous kingdoms and empires over the ages. In a prime position for trade as well as naval dominance, our people believe that it is high time we united the region under one independent state. One Taulantian Illyria, one might say. And let's take a look again at the effects, because again, it's been a couple episodes since we looked at this in the first episode. This is a Tier 2 formable, which I don't think there's any other formable nations in this area that we need to consider alternatively. We change our name to Illyria. We get 150 political influence. We're going to have a lot of political influence right off the bat, and quite a number of Illyria regional wars to do before we need to even worry about claimed land, so we can use our political influence for a number of things. And we get 4 Hellenic Taulantian pops of citizen, freeman, and slave status all over the place. Now, I will note that we will be putting Center of Civilization in Epidomnos. I think that's probably fine. I don't think I have enough time. I could wait until I make Inona the capital, but again, Epidomnos, it's not going to be like turned into a settlement. It's going to be a major city for us either way. And honestly, the extra assimilation speed in Epidomnos to get those Greeks converted to Taulantian will be pretty important. And we get a claim on the region of Illyria. That's the big thing. And also 3 free province investments. So let's go ahead and click this button. It's about time to enter our mid-game in 470. I told you I could do it. Form Illyria. Enact. Ooh, we got the flag change too. Taulantia has wisely enacted Form Illyria, and we can see the description a second time. This is a very cool flag. Wow, I didn't realize you got a different flag as Illyria. And we have a beautiful beige color as well. Look at that. Wow, okay. Very cool. Okay. So, big things happening. Taulus managed to live long enough to see the formation of Illyria. He is the king of Illyria. That is phenomenal. Absolutely gorgeous. And we now are in position to enact revenge upon people like Macedon, and also any other places in the Illyria region that we don't currently control. We can actually see here, just by the overlay, who that includes. Let me see if I can do it like this. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it again. But so places like Cotinia, Istria, the remnants of Chersos, the Greek city-states, Apollonia, all of them. Now, first things first, let's let one day go by just for things to update. Let's take a look now at the situation in, and we can now call it Illyria, so that's pretty cool. Over in Epidamnos, we got that really good modifier, so that's pretty good. A lot of people living in Epidamnos right now, so that is quite nice. I think it's time to start investing a bit more into Epidamnos as a city. I will into Inona pretty soon, but it's still not ready yet with the bad loyalty. I could also do some endowments. I do have 3 free province investments. These are generally going to cost 80 political influence unless it's reduced by some technology or something. And there's a couple good ones. Religious endowment is great because it gives you extra building slots in every city in the province, so that'd be great to get. We can also actually... How much do we need? 200 to build a city? Yeah, we need 200. Not quite there yet, but building that second fleet used up a lot of our money. That's totally fine. Nope, not going to buy you. We could build some buildings in Epidamnos, just because it's able to have stuff built in it. Or Apollonia, actually. We could work on that later. Wait, Corcyra is sieging Apollonia? What's going on over here? Oh, Corcyra... Wow. Wait, what? Aren't you in a defensive league with Apollonia? How are you possibly fighting Apollonia even though you're allied with their enemy? What is going on here? What? How? How are you attacking your league partner? That can't be right. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Very cursed. Anyways, let's see here. So here in Epidamnos, I'm thinking we finally build up to a level 3 port because we want to start building our medium ships to match our 2 navies. We could build 1 port now. Or I could do other building stuff elsewhere, which I think I should probably focus on first. Any other forts to build right now? I don't think so at the moment. I think we have all the forts we need for this moment. Let me take a look and see if there's any other colonies I can set up too while I'm thinking about it. So we have our Liburnian colony. How about if we set up actually a Cataria colony in Waldasis? That might be good. We have a couple options here. Yep, Waldasis, let's go ahead and get that going. I think Waldasis will be the best spot for the Qatari colony. So let's found the colony in Waldasis. Oh, let's make sure it's the right spot. Waldasis. Yep. Alright, so we've read this event before. We're going to move people over there. Totally fine. Wisely enacted found colony. And what's the other one? Duarian. We could probably set one up in Castra. That would probably be good. Get a bit more people living there. Duarian. Oh yeah, I have Colonial Ventures now, so I can't for a couple years. That is right. We'll have to give it 3 years here. Totally fine. Alright. Now, I could re-ally Dardania, because they're a pretty friendly neighbor for me. Oh, actually, maybe not. They're pretty mad at me for breaking the alliance. Sorry. I guess they'd still do it, because they're probably just very scared of me, which is fair enough. But I don't think they need to be... Honestly, Getia is looking kind of promising, because they're a big fish, but they're, I guess we're both regional powers. That's like someone that's more my speed at this point, but they're also not bordering me directly, and they may not help me out in a war in Italy. I'm thinking, oh, look at this. Look at Boy going wild. Okay, so Etruria is getting completely screwed up here. Who's this? Oh yeah, it's a little hard to make sense of, but it's blue land with red hashtags? Red hashes over it, not hashtags. Wait a minute, Rome took over... Did Rome fight Carthage and I didn't notice? How did Rome take over this? Maybe there's some sort of event that let them do that. Okay, so the Carthage-Rome war seems like it must be on the horizon soon, right? And Rome is currently preoccupied. That being said, I should probably still take a couple years to sort of do some rest and recovery. War exhaustion is completely fine, but aggressive expansion is actually kind of something I need to keep an eye on because it's affecting my stability. But then again, stability is also doing okay. So maybe we'll be okay. We have a lot of political influence, though. There's just so much to do right now. I love this new icon. I love how detailed it is. It's a very cool little icon there. All right, let's see here. I think what I do first I still have to wait until September 8th. Yeah. I'm going to do first is I'm going to build a level... No, I'm going to hold off on building, because I want to build up in Liburnia once this is ready. So let's hold off there. Sorry, I'm just taking so long to, like, marvel at my new situation here. Let's just wait. Let's just chill out. Oh, we need to get the barbs dealt with, though. That's true. Once we hit September 8th, we'll raise the forces to take on whatever barbs are left. We'll just raise the Illyrian forces directly. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Here come the resource trades. Ambisontia wants woad, alright. And Istria wants stuff. No, I'm not going to trade with Istria. I'm going to be targeting you pretty soon. Lingonia, I'll trade with Lingonia. They want the stone. Good stuff. I want to put the province investments into my future planned capital province, not my current one. I guess I could get that going now, honestly. So I think I'll go for entice business investments over here, because I want to get the extra import routes into my future capital of Inona. And I do think this is still a better capital province than this one. This is a really good capital province, but it's just so far south for the region. I mean, it doesn't need to be central in the region necessarily, but it's also just sort of, I don't know, it feels a little too exposed, right? I guess I'm not really sure if it's if that's the right way to look at it. But either way, I think I've already kind of made that commitment. I want to have a more northerly, back of the Adriatic type capital. So, and Inona just looks so promising, you know? Yeah, let's go ahead and go for it. Entice business investments up here, so local import routes +1. Get that going. And I could do more elsewhere. I may just want to keep them all focused over here. Yeah, probably the right approach to it like that. Murder? Oh no. We've been informed that Boykin Stribenid was found brutally murdered in his home just last night. The investigators have reported that a wicked pike was used in the crime, a device known to be favored by Siras, my heir. However, we have no hard evidence to link him to the crime. I'm not going to accuse my literal heir, as I'm dying of old age, of being a murderer, even though we know that he is a murderer. So let's say that we're powerless to act. That was our martial guy here. So let's go ahead and get someone new. What do we have here? Effects of oh, that's only if ruler. But he gets better innovations if assigned to a research position. Let's get Dasus Agurid. This is a Taulantian, so that's good at least. Siege is done. They plundered it. That's fine. We're almost there to September. We'll raise the Illyrian force in Saloi or Bornean or something, and just bring them up there. Then we'll be in the clear. September 8th. There we go. Let's raise the levy. Go one more day, maybe. Where's my Illyrian levy? Hold on. Oh, it's 1 year away. Oh, it's 471. Oops. I guess I did have them raised for a while. That's okay. I'll just let the barbs wear themselves out over here. No big deal. Should be totally fine, all things considered. And in a few weeks, we are going to click some buttons, and some good stuff's going to happen. Even more good stuff from what happened when we clicked a few buttons earlier in this episode. Oh man, Illyria. This is just so beautiful to look at. Beautiful, big, beige Illyria. Here we are. Alright, so Omen. Honestly, I'm not sure Apollo is needed now. I might even go for Hera for the extra province loyalty. What do we... I mean... Apollo's always good, but manpower recovery is doing pretty well, and I don't want to hit my maximum cap and not be able to make use of it. Let's see first what claims we get. So let's summon the War Council. Glaukis is probably his last War Council. I don't think he'll make it another 10 years, to be perfectly honest. And see what we can get here. War Council assembles. All Epidomnos sleeps as the War Council drags on well into the night. Assembled, there are 3 brilliant Illyrian minds. Look at that, giving me the full Illyrian suffix there, or suffix? Descriptor there. Summoned to provide insight, each determined to convince us of the validity of their arguments. Siras, the author of several tactical treatises, namely how to blind your brother and try to murder your other brother. Pleritos, a well-known rogue and philanderer. I think that's what it said about him 20 years ago in the first event. and Scaudus, an advisor of uncertain standing. Despite significant discourse, ale, and argument, no consensus is made on the target for our future expansion plans. Siros believes fervently that the Dardanian province of Dindaria should be rightfully ours under Illyrian rule. This would give us a claim on Dardania, our old friend, but not current friend. So that is a fair point. The other two think we should focus on Apollonia or Chersos, both of whom we have claims on already. So that kind of limits our options here. I'm not going to pass up a claim target that I don't have claims on. So let's go ahead and get a claim. At long last, now that we are Illyria, we're going to be turning on our former good friend, long-term friend, Dardania, for their Dindarian holdings, which is up here. So we now finally can start looking outside of Illyria. I'm not going to act on this claim right away because I have other claim targets first, but we will get this in our back pocket, and we can start to advance into places like Macedonia, where we already do have a presence in all fairness, in Dindaria. So we'd be unifying our Dindarian holdings. All right, so Siros has the truth of it. We must prepare for war with Dardania. This timeline keeps getting more cursed. Back to the Omen. Let's not forget to do this before we unpause again this time. Apollo's just so good. But that being said, let's take a look at our administration here. Things are definitely looking up. Only Dindaria is unhappy, and that's mostly just because we only have a little tiny bit of Dindaria. It's mostly under control. In fact, I can probably switch some of these back over. In fact, I probably should. Not Liburnia, because I want it to keep going up, but the other ones I can switch over. So Histria probably is fine. Yeah, we're good. And Duaria, oh, let's keep Duaria. That one's more on the cusp. We'll leave that one alone. I mean, extra province loyalty is also good as a... Weirdly, this is a good wartime option, because you get your worst loyalty when your war exhaustion is high, so probably not the worst thing to get for wartime purposes, too. So let's call on Hera. Alright. She is the sister wife of Zeus, the god of the sky, and the patron goddess of family, marriage, and childbirth. I actually think I read this earlier, so we're not going to reread it again, but you get the gist. Alright, so I guess we have to wait to do any military action because of our levies not being available quite yet. Losing the Greek levy is irritating, but not a huge problem. We'll get more Greek land very soon, Macedon. Looking at you. In fact, do we have a claim? Oh my god, we're not going to attack Macedon. I don't want to fight all these people, especially not Athens and some of these other people. So we won't be attacking Macedon quite so soon. We also don't have a claim, so that's... Oh wait, do we? We'd be breaking a truce, though. I don't think we have a claim, or I think we may have a claim on Bylus. That might be what that references, but we don't have a claim. We don't not have a truce. We do. Oh my gosh, literally my brain is collapsing. We do have a truce with Macedon, so I can't go for it quite so easily. Let's move the first fleet over to Lissos just for now, just so I can keep the two distinguished. I'm gonna take it. I'm going to need to take a minute to get used to the new color scheme and the new icons, but I'll get there. It actually looks a lot like a Shogun 2 faction. It's kind of an Asian-looking aesthetic with the geometric shapes. I don't know. I like it a lot. It's definitely a change, though. It's a little easier to tell me apart from Macedon, which makes me feel good, at least. And, yeah. If I get depopulated land, it looks pretty similar, though, so I have to keep an eye on that. Make sure I'm not accidentally missing some of that stuff. Okay, so I think we're good for that October 1st. I think, well, we could do something over here. Religious endowments over here is also good because this will be a place with cities. I think we'll go for religious endowments down here because there will at least be 4 cities here, so totally worth it. Being pillaged by barbs, that's fine. We're not able to do much about that yet. All right. Things are improving, good stuff. Okay. Rome's war exhaustion must be so bad. They've been at war the entire series, basically, with no stopping. So that's not so great for them, I think, but we'll see. Oh my gosh, Antigone's going completely wild. I actually kind of hope that Epirus sieges down Apollonia, because I don't really want to fight Macedon and their friends. So if I can just get Apollonia from an Epirot war, I would go for that pretty happily, to be sure. We could do some more investments around here, maybe, but nothing too great around here that I really care about. The fort capacity could be important, but nothing up here that needs that, necessarily. The barbs are going to damage the civ level over here a whole bunch, but not much I can do until I can get my levy raised again. Oh, well. Also, our treasury is looking a lot better now. We have a lot of stuff to sell. This is the power of trade, by the way. We're making a lot more money from trade now. Let me actually check and see. So 6.23. Okay, so no. Oh, yes. Let's go to free trade. So export value. That makes a lot of sense. And since we're now getting an import value minus 15%, I think I will now switch over. I think I'll switch over once I move my capital. But once I do move the capital, I'm going to switch over from importing goods for money to importing goods for the bonuses. Latobikian War ends. Right, Latobikia is back in town, minus a lot of their territory. But they're not back in town in Illyria, so that's what I care about. Fine with me. I could ally Wenedu, but they are fighting people, so maybe I shouldn't do that. They're actually fighting people in a war that seems to be winning, though, so that's fine. Liburnia, commercial ventures. We have encouraged merchants of the province of Liburnia to invest more of their wealth in trade, reassuring them of the security of their outlays. All right, good stuff. Fortress is done. Barbs are obliterating me. That's totally fine. Oh, okay, here it is. My king, our stability has decreased. This is due to new ruler and monarchy impact. Not quite the most fancy. There might be some message that pops up in a moment. Siros, the first Taulantia, rose to the throne and will now rule our glorious nation. The gods are weeping over the passing of Glaucius. He made it to see the formation of Illyria, and now we have the very dubious character of Siros in charge of all of us. Gods help us all. Okay, so what do we have here? The August reign of Siros. I do need to give him a new wife, now that I think about it, to improve his traits, but we do have his phenomenal daughter, who's now of age. I need to get her married, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, let's do the father-daughter, not you, the father-daughter marriage arrangements back to back. Let's get this going. So first of all, we're gonna tell him all about this wonderful thing called scheme influence. I guess I could do seek spouse first. Let's actually seek spouse. Well. Do I do seek spouse on you? I could do it on both of you, actually. Let me actually check and see. I haven't looked at the male oh yeah, there's a lot more male options, so let's just do this right now. So Siros, let's have him, let's see, okay, actually there are a couple people. I think people outside the Taulantian family are available, so it's not quite as bad. So let's take a look here. So what do we need for Siros? We need martial and finesse, mostly. The other traits are good, but these are the main ones as a governor that are going to matter. Any godlike martial and finesse. You've got really good martial, so that'd get him to 10. Wouldn't help his finesse, though. No good. Actually, you've got good finesse. So I think I'd want to get a wife that really boosts finesse or really boosts martial, and I don't have anyone who really boosts both, which is fair enough. Also, none of them really boost either of them, like, a little bit. It's either full martial or full finesse. So our good martial candidates, Losa and Moida. Losa is 16, so that's a little creepy, but, you know, this is the situation we're facing here. And Moida is 40, which is a lot less creepy because Siros is 42. But, you know, unfortunately, you got to consider things like fertility. I guess I don't need Siros to have more kids. That could actually cause a succession crisis. But then again, if Sirah gets supplanted by, because Sirah is Siras's daughter, if she gets supplanted by a younger male, that would be okay. I would be upset to lose Sirah as my heir because she is really good. But I'd rather have an heir and a spare, or multiple spares, than have just one really good heir that might not reliably stay alive, because, you know, you gotta play it safe. So Losa is looking promising just because of her. She's young. She has the chance to give Siros extra kids just for safety purposes for the succession, and 10 martial is quite nice. She's suspicious, so that might be good in some capacity, but also Vax rivals could be bad. Tactically inflexible. She's probably not going to ever be a commander, so this is a good option. Alternatively, sort by finesse, 9 finesse with this 42-year-old. I think I just gotta kind of go with the younger character. Like, I don't like the fact that Siros is going to have this teenage bride. That's pretty weird. Actually, his own daughter is the same age as Losa, so that's pretty creepy. But this is the ancient age. We're dealing with a game about succession and having your game not end when you have no kids. So gotta play it safe. I literally changed my planned succession from Taulas to Siros to avoid a problem that I'm now seeing Siros may have without more kids to safely have the next generation. So let's go ahead and marry our teenage bride, Lhasa, who hopefully isn't already friends with Sira. That'd be pretty weird. Good Marshal as well is going to really help out with Siros's Marshal. This makes Siros and his control over the going to be very big Illyrian levy pretty secure as well. So let's go ahead and marry Lhasa. A suitable match. Wow, okay. After a careful... Because you usually don't get the suitable match option, I think. Or no, do you? No, you do, that's right. Let's go ahead and arrange the festivities. Good stuff. Glad to see that. Now let's go ahead and take a look here. Yep, so we get 10 Marshal on Siros. That's pretty good. Yeah. Also improves our manpower recovery speed and morale recovery. I actually never noticed that this gives you little extra modifiers. I guess that makes sense that it does. Zeal is really good. I never realized Zeal gave you stab change. Okay. I'm making all sorts of discoveries today. That's what's happening here. Alright, so we do now have our daughter is the current successor. I'm happy with that, absolutely. If we have a son, he'll supplant her because of her law, but at least she's allowed to do it through Agnatic Cognatic. So, happy with that. Definitely happy with that. Liburnia is still improving. Okay, this all looks fine. So let's now go over to our daughter, Sira, and see if we can get her set up with a young hunk, you know, a youngster who's hunky. Doesn't have to be a youngster, technically, but it would be better if it's someone around her age. She's actually prominent already? Really? That's a pretty good roll. Okay. Well, if she became the governor of Illyria, province commerce 10%, that's pretty good. Happy with that. Modest, that's pretty good too. Monthly pop, that's really good. Heck yeah. Alright, hopefully not someone quite this old. Let's see here. It's actually a search by age for her, just because we can be pickier. So we got Blodos Aliazonid, who I think is the kid of one of my other family heads. Not so good, not so good. Actually, you're okay. No, her finesse is actually perfectly fine. So let's actually search by Marshal specifically. So we're going to get her married, assuming a succession to her, because at the moment that's the best we can assume. I want to get her having kids ASAP so we can just get a couple generations sorted out and avoid any succession crises in our near future. This episode is just fully dedicated to like planning out the future of the Illyria campaign. That's okay though. That's what you're all here for. So 28 is much better than 53. 28 is still pretty old for 16. In the context of this game, in real life, it's obviously way too old for 16, to make that perfectly clear, but, you know, we got to think about what the mechanics are calling for. Really no good Marshal characters here, which is unfortunate. 7's not much better than 6, but it is technically better than 6. So how about Zeal? Because she is lacking in Zeal. That may cause problems. Zeal-wise, this guy, who is 16, oh my god, look at this guy. He's making me feel pretty zealous, if you know what I mean. All right, so also good finesse. Marshal won't help at all. 6 charisma is technically doubling her charisma, and 8 zeal is going to give her a lot of zeal. No bad loyalty traits. He's from a grateful family. This is from the Aliazid family. What about his traits? No bad corruption traits either. He's wise. That's pretty good. Silver-tongued. Okay, I'm sure she'll appreciate that. He's a poet, and he is cautious. Looks like a winner to me. This Mr. Cheekbones here, Platimenos, is going to be the husband of Sira. A suitable match. There we go. So we got ourselves a couple generations worth figured out, and that should be good. Also, we have to get a Marshal. That's right. Let's get the Agurate character. There we go. Okay, that takes care of that. So we're looking solid. The Macedonian levy is actually ready. I'm gonna just raise the Macedonian levy at this point, honestly, just to get this over with. All right, in you go. Light infantry. Oh yeah, did we actually we forgot to do this, but that's fine. I'll do it after we kill the barbs with the Macedonian levy. That'll be handy. All right. What a What a dramatic little development in this campaign here. This is such a slow... Look at this. Oh yeah, I'm paused. It is a slow march, but it's much slower when you're paused. So that's good to notice that. Flight of a Pretender. What does this say? Pleritos, once a favored sibling of a recently ascended ruler, has perhaps wisely chosen to flee Illyria in a moment of What? He's gone to Macedon? Oh, you absolute traitor. I was kind of, like, not super upset with you. Like, I didn't hate you. I just don't want you to be the ruler. And you're going to go to Macedon? Okay. You're going to regret that, Pleritos. It appears that he kneels at this very second before the vaunted court of Macedon in the hope of being granted asylum. Absolute disgrace. You're the brother of the king of Illyria, and you're going to Little Macedon. Absolute disgrace. I'm not gonna... If I can find this character in my prison someday, I'm going to do some very mean things to Pleritos, because he is completely given up on a good thing. Yes, you're not the king, but you're literally like a prince of Illyria. Ugh. We can only hope that they refuse this foolish request in good time in the pursuit of better relations. Jeez. Okay, so, declare an enemy of the state. Macedon won't like that. Macedon already hates me, so I don't really care. They have a truce with me, and I can probably take them on now. I kind of want to do that, honestly. Yeah, I don't want to lose the legitimacy, honestly, so I'll go for this. Declare an enemy of the state. Pleritos is going... Ooh, hello. Scorn family? Oh, right, the Taulantians just lost an officer. Okay, let's get that fixed. Oh yeah, the Taulantians don't have any guys in them, do they? Where's my... Do I have any Taulanted men at all? Wait a minute. Oh my god, I don't. I just have Taulus. Well, that's not great. I need Berzo to come of age soon, because we're in trouble here. We're stuck in Scorn, which means all of these characters are going to have loyalty problems. Well, I guess -5 isn't super severe, but that is irritating. Alright, well, since we can't find a Taulanted, let's go ahead and assign this to a Strabinid. 6 Marshal, that's totally fine. Alright. That is irritating, though. And speaking of which, hold on. Find my brother. Let's see. I think he's just living in the court in Macedon. Well, Macedon's not long for this world, if I have anything to say about that, so we will address that when we are able to. Yeah. Pleritos movement of Macedon. Influence of the Taulanted family. The fate of the kingdom and that of the Taulanted family is and always will be intertwined. It is therefore a matter of great urgency that there are currently not enough... Oh yeah, look at that! Hey, look at that! The game knows what I need. Finally, this game is listening to me. There are currently not enough Taulanted persons of quality ready to shoulder the responsibility of the state. Recognizing our plight, 2 of our loyal clients have offered to fill the place that currently cannot be filled by anyone of the right birth. So we get our previous governor of Epiros, Zyros, could step up at the plate, or this guy, Pasilos, who I don't recognize. This guy's got really good stats, so even though I kind of want to reward Zyros for his many years being my long, my long-suffering governor of Greece, I think I kind of have to pass him up, although he does have, what's the position again? Hold on. I guess I could fill the position. I could fill any position I want, to be fair. He does have good charisma, so there is that. But Pasilos looks a little bit more like he has good martial. This guy could make for a good governor, which is what I'm kind of excited about. Let's go for Pasilos. Let's see. Yeah, let's look for this. So we're reducing our prestige. That's a little irritating and lose a bit of legitimacy, but he'll help us out here. What is in a name? Let's go ahead and have him adopt the name. So Pasilos is going to be Pasilos Taulanted. Very good. And actually, speaking of governorship, maybe I should give him a governorship. I think I might give him the Macedonian governorship. Honestly, this guy's pretty good, but he is technically Greek. He's not actually Taulantian. I would kind of rather have a family member be in charge of Macedonia, especially since I'll be adding more territory to it pretty soon. Let's see here. Governor administration. No, that's not the right one. Governorships. Here we go. Change governor. Here it is. All right, so this guy has assertive. Okay, that's pretty good. I think I'm going to change it. Yeah. He's got comparable martial, and with our very good martial on Syros now, I think we'll be in the clear. There we go. That takes care of that. And I'll now be in charge of the army. Good stuff. And that guy who I fired, I probably won't rehire because I don't really want to have non-Taulantians in my government if I can help it. But yeah, things are looking good for Illyria here. 1 Taulantian Illyria. How's my culture spread doing? Doing okay. Cult sanctioned. All right, we got the local building slots over there. Good stuff. I think I'll do one more round of import routes. I can't currently import anything in this place. Or I guess I can import one thing, but I won't import anything until it's the capital, which it will be pretty soon. One more round of import routes. I could have done all 3 import routes, honestly. That might have been a little better, but we'll do it here. And this is on the province level, so I don't need to be clicking on Inona to do it, but import routes up here. And the extra building slots here will be handy in the future once we have all cities. All right, in we go. This should be fine. Yeah, they've lost a lot of their numbers from these occupations they've done. All these mountains are going to produce barbarians like that, so we have to be a little careful about that. Just got to be aware of that. All right, good stuff. Oh, I guess we'll follow them in here? Okay. Only about 100 losses. Totally acceptable for our manpower pool. Should be fine. We'll clear them out over here, get some money back for these barbs. Alright. 13 gold? Wow, okay. I guess this guy's also a pretender. I should probably keep that in mind. Alright, do I keep this force up? 31st of May. June, July, August, September. I think I keep this force up. And I need to decide my next target, because once my levy's ready to be raised again, who do I go after first? I'm going to wait and see if Epirus annexes this stuff. Epirus and Macedon can't reach each other because I'm in the way, and or Antigonids are in the way. And I'm not going to give either of them access. I don't think I will. Maybe they'll get it from me somehow. Or will they? Maybe they will. I don't know. So I'm going to hold off on Apollonia for now. I think what I'll do is go after the Greek city-states first, because this will just clean up the border war along my coastline, and that'll be kind of nice. These guys are fighting Istria at the moment. And the nice thing, of course, is I have claims on everybody in Illyria now, so I could target any of them, whichever one makes the most sense. Probably just Epidaurus, because I can get them under siege super quick. Yeah. I think we go to South Thua with this force. And we raise the other force, maybe up by Chersos? No. I have to think about how I want to actually deploy for this war. My second navy isn't ready yet, but we can bring the first navy up here. Having the Macedonian levy already be raised is actually quite handy. I'll have my second navy come over. And also we should now go ahead and raise all of this, so let's get that going. Whoops, that's fine though. You come to South Thua. Block them here. I think we'll have the other force just raise in Corican and just walk over to Chersos like that. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay, seems like a good plan to me. More resources. These guys want wood. Alright. Probably whoever I was trading the wood to before lost their ability to trade with me for some reason. Not entirely sure what that might be why, but that could be it. Alright. Talus is still on the verge of disloyalty, but not quite. Seeking a patron. As custom dictates, the eager... Okay, we've seen this event before. We get a whole bunch of... Actually, no, hold on. This is a different event. Let me read this. Seeking a patron. As custom dictates, the eager yet politically inexperienced Epikatos Aliazonid has approached us in obeisance, asking for our formal patronage. Such a request carries few practical duties, but would increase the standing of Epikatos amongst his peers. Now, this is Epikatos Aluzonid. Holy crap. This guy is the researcher. Such a benevolent action may also integrate us with the Illyrian elite. Okay. So Cirrus gets... So that's actually pretty good. Cirrus has pretty low popularity to start off. This is a common thing with successions. So 10 popularity is pretty good. This guy gets some prominence, and he also gets some what's it called? Finesse. Or Siros can gain some finesse and annoy this guy. We are somewhat busy washing our hair. The entire court is impressed by this stupendous pun. This guy's ulti is pretty secure. I think I'd rather just get the 1 extra finesse with Siros, especially because his wife isn't giving him extra finesse, so 6 finesse is better than 5 finesse. Let's go for that. Yep. I'll get popularity with Siros in this upcoming war, and that should be totally fine. Let's see here. Demodamos the Explorer. Amidst raging weather and violent seas, a patchwork ship of exotic craftsmanship has pulled into the port of Lissos. Aboard a crew hailing from far-flung lands, various gaze out upon our modest harbor with poorly disguised wonder. After a brief delay, a lone sailor emerges and speaks in fluent or perfect Taulantian, espousing his gratitude that we let him dock without trouble or suspicion. He gives his name as Demodamos of Meletus, an explorer of some experience who was sent forth by his liege to discover more about the world at large. He regales us with tales of Scythia and Bactria, as well as mysterious lands far to the east, and he begs our leave to restock his small fleet with galley slaves in return for a bauble which he claims was revered as holy by a forgotten people. Get an ancient fertility figurine, which I actually hope Cirrus makes good use of here. And then that character, Demodamos, gets a trait. And what happens in Lissos? We get a... Oh no, it's only if it's a holy site. Okay. We lose 3 props in Lissos. So how's Lissos looking pop-wise? That would depopulate it, so probably not. Although we could probably repopulate it from Epidomnos without too much trouble. Get 4 stability, and that guy gets cruel. That actually is not a bad idea. I'd like to get some more stability. Or he becomes a character in Illyria. He is Macedonian, so at least he's Greek and not something more crazy, but he's also not Taulantian, although he is a really good character. I think I'll just get the stability and send him on his way. Alright. Good stuff. This Roman navy keeps sailing around by me, making me nervous. Okay, Rome. Oh my god, Rome. Holy moly. Yeah, they took out Etruria. Rome is going crazy. Rome and Carthage, once they do fight, we need to really pay attention to that, because we will, I think, have a chance to do some good stuff there. Overview. Siros already has bags under his eyes. Yeah. Me too, buddy. I get you. Maybe we should hold games. I have the money for it, and that would improve his popularity by quite a lot. 60 months of +10. That being said, if we're about to be in the war, we should be fine. This isn't doing too much damage. Just a little bit of integrated culture and happiness. Right, what are we looking at here? What day? September 8th. Alright. We'll launch into the war at that point, I think. Here we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack Epidwaris, Illyrius. I think we target them, right? Yeah, that makes no sense. Declare war, bring in their defensive league partners. That makes sense to me. Take Darcia. Yeah, we'll be full annexing them anyways. We have our fleet in position. Everything's paid for. Let's go for it. Declare war, take Darcia. Yep. Alright, we've declared war on Epidwarum, Chersos, and Issa. You stay there. Same plan as before. We have to raise the levy, that's right. Corican. I guess it's not a full morale, but this is fine. Actually, we can just wait here for a moment. If they want to walk over and cross the strait to fight me, that's their business. I'm not in a rush to get to Chersos right away, so also tell these guys about. Ooh. Oh, we got some heavy infantry. Oh, yes. I've been excited for this moment. We have enough population in Illyria now that are Taulantian to get some heavy infantry finally. That's going to really help. And I'm going to actually stay on shock action now that we have some heavy infantry. This is much better than envelopment. So I think light infantry go first, heavy infantry in the back. Yeah, light cav in the sides. Good stuff. You guys are still same arrangement. All right, let's see here. How long do we have? Give it 1 month or so of ticking, and then we'll launch. We already have a huge. What do we have here? Okay, that's the enemy navy, I think, coming out to fight me. Totally fine with me. Got a naval battle to start this war off. That's pretty cool. Navy is under attack near Isa. Navy is no longer under attack near Isa. Did we just delete their navy? They lost 3 ships. Wow, okay. We also... Okay, this is another thing from the Taulantia campaign you may remember. In this game, whenever you fight any naval battle where there's an enemy admiral and you win, you just always capture their admiral. Maybe it's to reflect how, once they're sinking, you want to get their admiral, but you can always capture enemy admirals super reliably, which I am pleased about. So let's go ahead and take a look at our characters here. Imprisoned. This guy here, I could release him. I think I'll hold on to him for now. I'll release him after the war's over. I promise I'll remember to do that as well. Not that I ever have... Oh, they're going to cross over? That's fine with me. I'll take this fight. Heck yeah. I'd rather take this fight than cross over and fight them myself. That's a sure thing. Verona's under siege. That's fine. Our army is under attack. That's also fine. No. Wait, where are you going? No, not you. You stay here. Wait, he's just loyal. Okay, that's the issue. Right, I could have maybe given him free hands, but I can't have this army moving right now. Okay, glad I caught that. I was like, why is that army moving? And it's because the guy was just loyal. Bribery was probably the right call there, as opposed to doing free hands, but it's a little alarming that my new guy is disloyal there. They're gonna run away. We're just gonna go work on Chersos now, I think. Yeah. Now that we're dealing with territory we have all the claims to, there's no reason to... Oh, don't like that. Let's back up into Mateon for now. Yeah. There's no reason to not fully annex in every war, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Start working on this. Yeah, losing the Greek levy is a little irritating in terms of not having the extra 2,000 guys, but we can make it work. I believe in myself. Chersos under siege. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, they're gonna catch me up here? I thought I'd get away in time. 25th of October. Oh, it's just barely not in time. That's unfortunate. I'll have to retreat from this battle. I'm not gonna win this fight. Oh, okay. I guess I will get away. This game's UI, I swear. It's causing me heart problems. Irritating. They won't be able to catch me over here in Mateon because the Scurbane will block them, so that should be fine. The Burnia gets the extra trader. That's good. That's the last of my free province investments put to use. Good stuff. Maybe at the end of this war, I'll be ready to make it the capital. I need to be in peacetime and have it be 33 or higher to make it the capital province, so we'll see what happens there exactly. Also, have I... Hold on. No, they've still got ships. Let's not be too greedy here. No reason to go crazy. Have them come work on a Scribian, honestly. In fact, what I might do is I might come do some devious thing with my ships here. Head down to Bulpo, get picked up. Yeah. I'm gonna bring my forces over to the Pharos area and do some stuff on these islands. They do have a big fort here, so I can't siege this with just 2,000 guys, so I'll have to leave that alone. Maybe I should hire some mercenaries for this war, actually. That might be called for. I think I'll decide what to do in the next episode, because this is about a good natural stopping point. So thank you so much for watching this very, very eventful and very important episode of the Taulantia campaign. We are now officially in what I am calling the mid-game, which is... We're still sort of in the early game by all accounts, but in terms of basically being now in a position to start doing some mid-game type behavior, we are ready with all of our claimed territory. We're in a position now to consolidate our territory and then just sit there and convert everybody to Taulantian, get a really good economic base going, and then, honestly, probably just go for a bit of a Hail Mary attack on Rome, because I don't want Rome to get too far into their advancement. Once they're fighting Carthage, I need to take my opportunity to come over and ravage them. This is something in the previous campaign I talked about doing, but I was much further in the campaign by then, and Rome was kind of not really targetable, even by me later on in the campaign. At this point, Rome is still early in this timeline, and I can do some damage to them if I'm very quick. You just can't let Rome snowball, and controlling Illyria is good because Illyria is their gateway into the very rich Greek land. They often go through Illyria, but they also don't always go through Illyria, so we'll see what happens in this particular timeline. Thank you so much for watching, hope that you enjoyed, and next time we're going to continue this war against the Greek city-states and start to clean up our borders, get all of Illyria firmly under the control of Illyria. Feels good to say that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.